In the last 4 years, Hollywood has said goodbye to more legends than any era before it. Icons who shaped our childhoods. Faces we grew up watching. Stars whose movies never stopped playing on television, even after they were gone. This is the story of the legends we lost, and the legacies they left behind. From beloved sitcom stars to Oscar-winning icons, we're counting down 25 unforgettable names. And stay until the end, because some of the biggest legends in Hollywood history are still ahead of you. Richard Lewis made neurotic comedy an art form. Fans knew him from Curb Your Enthusiasm, where his real friendship with Larry David turned into television gold. He passed in 2024 after a long battle with Parkinson's disease, but his comedic voice still echoes through every awkward sitcom moment that followed him. Tony Sirico became a household name as Paulie Walnuts on The Sopranos. Before acting, he actually lived the life he portrayed on screen. With a real criminal past he later turned into redemption through Hollywood. He died in 2022, but that raspy voice remains unforgettable. Some of these losses hit the entertainment world especially hard, because they came in pairs. Paul Sorvino, Tony's Goodfellas co-star, passed the very same year. Sorvino played Paulie Cicero with quiet menace, but off-screen he was known as a gentle opera singer. Two mob legends, gone in the same 12 months. Bill Cobb spent 6 decades as one of Hollywood's most trusted character actors, appearing in The Bodyguard and Night at the Museum. He didn't become a professional actor until his late 30s. Proof that legendary careers don't always start young. He died in 2024 at 90 years old. Dabney Coleman made a career out of playing the boss everyone loved to hate, most famously in 9 to 5. Behind that grumpy on-screen persona was one of the most respected comedic actors of his generation. He passed in 2024. George Wendt will always be Norm from Cheers, the Barstool philosopher who made an entire generation feel at home. His death in 2025 hit especially hard, because for millions of fans, walking into that bar with him felt like coming home. Not every legend we lost was American. Some crossed the ocean and became global icons. Robbie Coltrane introduced children everywhere to magic as Hagrid in the Harry Potter franchise. But long before Wizards, he was already a celebrated dramatic actor in Britain. He died in 2022, leaving behind one of cinema's most beloved gentle giants. Bernard Hill commanded 2 of the biggest film universes ever made, as the captain in Titanic and King Theoden in Lord of the Rings. Few actors can say they died in one iconic film and rallied armies in another. He passed in 2024. Louis Gossett Jr. broke barriers as the first black actor to win an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, for An Officer and a Gentleman. His career spanned Broadway, television, and film for over 60 years. He died in 2024. Carl Weathers gave us Apollo Creed, the rival who became a legend of his own inside the Rocky franchise. Decades later, he found a whole new generation of fans as Greef Karga in The Mandalorian. He passed suddenly in 2024. The next losses weren't just actors, they were trailblazers who changed what Hollywood women could be. Shelley Duvall endured one of the most grueling shoots in film history for The Shining, a performance now considered legendary. She stepped away from Hollywood for decades before her death in 2024. A quiet ending for someone who once terrified and mesmerized audiences at once. Gina Rowlands redefined what a leading lady could be, starring in raw, groundbreaking films directed by her husband, John Cassavetes. Younger audiences later discovered her as the elderly Allie in The Notebook. She died in 2024 at 94. Olivia Hussey became an overnight sensation at just 16, starring in Romeo and Juliet in 1968. That single role made her one of the most recognizable faces of her generation for the rest of her life. She passed in 2024. Raquel Welch became one of the defining sex symbols of the 1960s and 70s after 1 million years BC, but she fought for decades to be taken seriously beyond her image. She died in 2023, remembered as far more than a poster. Music and movies collided in our next loss. Chris Christopherson was a Rhodes Scholar, an Army helicopter pilot, a country music legend, and a movie star all in one lifetime. He starred alongside Barbra Streisand in A Star Is Born before becoming a genre icon in Blade. He died in 2024. Donald Sutherland built one of the longest, strangest, most brilliant careers in film. From MAS*H to Kelly's Heroes to captivating a new generation as President Snow in the Hunger Games. He passed in 2024, having never won a competitive Oscar despite decades of iconic work. Two more losses came far too soon, actors gone before their time. Julian McMahon charmed audiences as Dr. Christian Troy in Nip/Tuck and battled superheroes as Dr. Doom in Fantastic Four. He passed in 2025 after a private battle with cancer. A loss that shocked fans who had no idea he was even ill. Michael Madsen carved out a career playing unforgettable tough guys, most famously torturing a hostage to classic rock in Reservoir Dogs. He worked with Quentin Tarantino across multiple films and passed in 2025. Val Kilmer soared as a fighter pilot in Top Gun and became the Caped Crusader in Batman Forever. After losing his voice to throat cancer years earlier, he made an emotional return in Top Gun Maverick using AI to restore it. He died in 2025. Ray Liotta delivered one of the greatest performances in mob movie history as Henry Hill in Goodfellas. His narration became one of the most quoted openings in film. He passed suddenly in 2022, while filming in the Dominican Republic. Now we reach the names that define generations. James Caan stunned audiences as Sonny Corleone in The Godfather, one of cinema's most explosive performances. He later charmed a whole new audience as the father in Elf. He died in 2022. James Earl Jones possessed maybe the most recognizable voice in film history, Darth Vader, Mufasa, and a legendary stage and screen career spanning 7 decades. He passed in 2024 at 93, having earned nearly every acting honor that exists. Sidney Poitier broke barriers no one had broken before him, becoming the first black man to win the Academy Award for Best Actor. Films like In the Heat of the Night and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner changed what Hollywood and America believed was possible. He died in 2022. Angela Lansbury gave us Jessica Fletcher in Murder, She Wrote, one of television's most beloved characters, alongside a Broadway and film career spanning nearly 80 years. She passed in 2022, just days before her 97th birthday. And finally, a loss that broke hearts across an entire generation. Matthew Perry made millions laugh as Chandler Bing on Friends, one of the most beloved sitcoms ever made. Behind the jokes, he spent years speaking openly about addiction, hoping his honesty could help others. He died in 2023, leaving fans mourning not just an actor, but a friend they felt they'd known for a decade. 25 legends, thousands of hours of movies, television, and memories that will never fade. Every one of them left something behind that still makes us laugh, cry, or believe in something bigger. So tell us, which one of these legends meant the most to you, and which film do you still watch to remember them? Drop the name below. If you want to remember more Hollywood icons we've lost, the next video is waiting for you right now.